On June 2nd, 2023, Blake Lively began a text exchange with Herb It Ends With Us director and co-star Justin Baldoni that blamed her assistant for not getting her an updated batch of script pages. "She didn't realize they were new," Lively wrote. "New pages can always be sent to me as well, please." The actress signed the missive with an X, the universal symbol for a kiss. Lively followed up with another text shortly thereafter. "I'm just pumping in my trailer if you want to work out our lines." Baldoni responded, "Copy. Eating with crew, and we'll head that way." 18 months later, that interaction was depicted in a New York Times bombshell report in a far more sinister light. The Times wrote, "Baldoni repeatedly entered her makeup trailer uninvited while she was undressed, including when she was breastfeeding." That discrepancy is one of many highlighted in a scathing $250 million lawsuit filed Tuesday afternoon by Baldoni against the Times in Los Angeles Superior Court. Baldoni is among a group of 10 plaintiffs that also includes publicists Melissa Nathan and Jennifer Abel, who are suing the newspaper for libel and false light invasion of privacy over the December 21st article titled, "We Can Bury Anyone Inside a Hollywood Smear Machine." The parties, which also include It Ends With Us producers Jamie Heath and Steve Sarowitz, claim that the Times relied on, cherry-picked, and altered communications stripped of necessary context and deliberately spliced to mislead. A New York Times spokesperson responded, "The role of an independent news organization is to follow the facts where they lead. Our story was meticulously and responsibly reported. It was based on a review of thousands of pages of original documents, including the text messages and emails that we quote accurately and at length in the article." To date, Wayfair Studios, Mr. Baldoni, the other subjects of the article, and their representatives have not pointed to a single error. We published their full statement in response to the allegations in the article as well. We plan to vigorously defend against the lawsuit. The 87-page complaint, which also accuses the Times of promissory fraud and breach of implied-in-fact contract, offers a rebuttal of the narrative set forth in the 4,000-word article that has rocked Hollywood and led to WME dropping Baldoni as a client hours after publication. Written by Megan Twohey, Mike McIntyre, and Julie Tate, the piece painted Lively as an actress who allegedly endured months of sexual harassment from Baldoni and Heath and supposedly faced retaliation in the form of a smear campaign because she voiced her concerns. But according to the lawsuit, it was Lively who embarked on a strategic and manipulative smear campaign of her own and used false sexual harassment allegations to assert unilateral control over every aspect of the production. And according to the suit, Lively's husband, actor Ryan Reynolds, allegedly berated Baldoni in an aggressive manner during a heated meeting at their Tribeca penthouse in New York, accusing him of fat-shaming his wife. The suit claims that the A-list actor also pressured Baldoni's agency, WME, to drop the director during the Deadpool and Wolverine premiere in July, well before Baldoni enlisted crisis PR. A WME rep denies that there was any pressure from Reynolds or Lively to drop Baldoni as a client. Attorney Brian Friedman, who filed the lawsuit on behalf of the plaintiffs, tells Variety that the Times cowered to the wants and whims of two powerful, untouchable Hollywood elites, disregarding journalistic practices and ethics once befitting of the revered publication by using doctored and manipulated texts and intentionally omitting texts which dispute their chosen PR narrative. The Times reporting that Nathan and Abel planted negative stories about Lively with the press was bolstered by one particular text exchange, in which the two appear to take a victory lap following a Daily Mail story about Lively that slammed her tone-deaf promotion of the film about domestic violence and resurfaced embarrassing interviews from her past. "You really outdid yourself with this piece," Abel wrote, prompting Nathan to reply, "That's why you hired me, right? I'm the best." But in its full context, it appears as though Nathan and Abel are jokingly taking credit for a story that emerged organically. The Times story omits a Nathan text that preceded the exchange, in which she says she was uninvolved in the story's publication. "Damn, this is unfair because it's also not me," she wrote. The Times also clipped Abel's use of the upside-down smiley face emoji, which is typically used to convey sarcasm. The Times story relied almost entirely on Lively's unverified and self-serving narrative, lifting it nearly verbatim while disregarding an abundance of evidence that contradicted her claims and exposed her true motives, the suit says. Lively's side of the story was laid out in an 80-page letter filed December 20th with the California Civil Rights Department, which the Times used as the bedrock for its story. Unlike a lawsuit, CRD complaints typically remain confidential unless they're leaked. In its previous reporting on the subject, Variety was unable to confirm that Lively even filed a letter, with the department declining to comment on the case. Notably, Lively chose not to file a lawsuit against Baldoni, Wayfarer, or any of the plaintiffs, a choice that spared her from the scrutiny of the discovery process, including answering questions under oath and producing her communications. This decision was no accident. The complaint says that's apparently no longer true, as just after the publication of this story, Lively's attorneys said they had filed a federal complaint against Wayfarer Studios, Baldoni et al. In the Southern District of New York. Unfortunately, Ms. Lively's decision to speak out has resulted in further retaliation and attacks. As alleged in Ms. Lively's federal complaint, Wayfarer and its associates have violated federal and California state law by retaliating against her for reporting sexual harassment and workplace safety concerns. Now, the defendants will answer for their conduct in federal court, read a statement from her legal team. The suit refers to Baldoni's unconscionable conduct and accuses Baldoni and his associates of breach of contract.